When you're wanted by the police, the last thing you want to do is hang out with the police. So when the Elizabeth City Police Department in North Carolina sponsored a national night out against crime event, they didn't expect to see any fugitives. But the 24-year-old suspect, wanted for 2 burglaries, actually showed up at the event. That was his first mistake. But he wasn't quite done yet. He also participated in the donut eating contest where he competed against police officers and firefighters. That was mistake number 2. His third mistake was that he actually won the event, finishing off 8 glazed donuts in 2 minutes and winning the top prize. That meant everyone, including the local media, was now focused on him. A deputy with the Camden County Sheriff's Office said that he even congratulated the man after his win. But since the event was also covered by the local media, his name and picture showed up on the local news. Apparently, police recognized him and ran a background check. That's when they discovered he was wanted for 2 burglaries. Ironically, one of those burglaries was at a local Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe that's why he just couldn't resist showing up at a donut eating contest. Of course, had he participated in the event and lost, it's very likely no one would have even noticed him. You can just imagine the satisfaction the police officers must have had. The man who defeated them in a donut eating contest was about to go to jail. The suspect, who worked as a contractor, was arrested the very next day at his mother's house. He was charged by the Elizabeth City Police Department with felony breaking and entering, felony safe cracking, and felony larceny. His bond was set at $7,000. It's not clear whether he also helped himself to any donuts during the burglary. But we can confirm that he went from being a winner to a total loser in just one day. This stuffed polar bear stood nearly 12 feet tall and his name was Harry. He was mounted high on a platform located on the 2nd floor of the Lily Lake Resort in Edmonton, Canada. He had become a permanent fixture at the old resort property. That is, until he wasn't. That's because on a night when the temperature dropped to -30 degrees Celsius and most residents were indoors, a group of thieves saw an opportunity. Since security patrols had been cancelled due to the weather, they easily gained access to the resort. The thieves severed steel cables holding the giant stuffed animal and managed to drag Harry down a flight of stairs. They then exited out the front double doors, where they probably had a truck waiting outside. Employees said there was very little traffic that night, and people who were staying overnight were in other parts of the property. In fact, it took a few days for anyone to even notice Harry was missing. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police say the brazen heist was reported by a staff member who couldn't believe what had occurred. While 2 taxidermy raccoons disappeared from the property in the past, this one was different. Harry the polar bear weighed 500 pounds and was well secured inside the building, which has security 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. An employee concluded that this theft was clearly planned. Police are hoping someone may see the stolen polar bear if the thieves attempt to sell it online or it shows up somewhere in the community. With the bear weighing 500 pounds and standing 12 feet tall, it would certainly stick out if seen anywhere. The taxidermy polar bear and raccoons had a total estimated value of $35,000. Police noted that the thieves passed over other stuffed animals like a bison, a cougar, and an ox, focusing only on Harry. Because they are protected wildlife, taxidermy polar bears are hard to find. Thus, a large polar bear like Harry can fetch about $30,000. Stealing an item this large and this heavy, especially when everyone is looking for it, is pretty foolish. This would probably be over the top even as a college prank. The public has been asked to report to the police if they hear about any suspicious sales of a massive stuffed bear. So if you see a 12-foot-tall stuffed polar bear for sale online, contact the Lily Lake Resort in Edmonton, Canada. Let's bring Harry back home. This is another story where someone does something dumb, but then does the right thing. A police dispatcher in North Yorkshire, England received an unexpected call just before noon on a Monday. A motorist, clearly in distress, reported that he was driving drunk and admitted, "I don't know what I am doing." He explained that he had experienced a particularly rough weekend. As North Yorkshire Police reported, it's not every day that these types of calls happen. When officers arrived at the scene, they found the man parked in his van on the side of the road. He appeared disoriented and distressed, clearly aware of his dangerous state. A breath test revealed the man was 3 times over the legal limit for blood alcohol concentration. The results confirmed the severity of his condition and the danger he posed to himself and others on the road. The man was immediately arrested and taken into custody. His quick thinking to call the police possibly prevented a tragic accident. However, he still faced serious legal consequences for his actions. The following day, he was charged with drunken driving at Harrogate Magistrates Court. Despite the bizarre circumstances of his arrest, the law held him accountable for his reckless behavior. This unusual case serves as a reminder of the importance of responsible drinking. While the man did the right thing by calling the police, the initial choice to drive under the influence put many lives at risk. As expected, the community's reaction was mixed. Some praised the man for his honesty and willingness to seek help, while others criticized his initial poor decision-making. "We're just glad no one was harmed,"